Happy Friday, everybody. Don't forget to wear red. Remember, everyone deployed. So let's talk about Fulton County, Georgia, where they indicted Trump again on 100 criminal charges over 4 counties. Everything that they're doing, he's already been cleared of. This is just rehashing. They're trying to say that he's running a criminal enterprise to change the outcome of the election. Now, to me, if anything, by them doing this stuff, they've been trying to change the outcome of the election. I mean, they've done everything they possibly can to them. I mean, from the indictments to being shot at twice. So, what's really going on? So, if you're telling me that you can't beat this guy straight out legit, then, you know, this is with the way you're going, and you're going to say that he is a danger to the democracy? Come on, really? There's so much lying going on, you know, and I'm not going to say the Republicans are totally perfect, because they're not, but where we're going right now is this, you know, you got to pay attention, because Kamala Harris is nothing but lies. She doesn't do anything. She's faking everything. The earpiece is real. For you people that come in my business and say it's not. The earpiece is real. She's been caught wearing other earpieces for other stuff. So Joe Biden, he's another idiot. So they just gave $40 million to Ukraine for their relief fund. But they're only going to give $750 to people who need it here in America, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, wherever that money's being, $750 lousy dollars. Now everybody knows that these days, $750 won't even do it. It won't even buy you a month's worth of groceries, because everything's so high. And now with the strike going on in the ports, now listen, people, don't be fooled by what you're hearing online. Yes, there are products made here in America that don't come in on those, on those canisters. You're right, that's a fact. But there's a lot of stuff that is. And it might not be made in America, but it's made for America. And it normally is like stuff that comes in that would go into like something that's made in America, like a car part, or there's different items. There might be stuff that we buy, tropical items that are coming here, as well as cars. There's food. There's all kinds of material. There's a lot of stuff that we still buy from overseas. Now, yeah, I agree with a lot of people. Buy American, USA, hurrah, love it, support my country, love my country. But let's face facts. It doesn't work that way. There's stuff that we cannot have, we cannot make or whatever here that we rely on from other places. Now, coffee, for instance, you know, it might not come over on a canister, but it's not made here, but we want it, we need it. Some of us can't live without it, some of us can, but it doesn't come from America. So we pay, and we pay deeply. So hang on for a second. I'll be right back. I love you guys. Hang on. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I was actually talking to one of the managers over here at Seat the Table. She's a riot. She's dressed up in a chef's hat, and she has an American flag, Italian flag wrapped around her waist, and she's repping out the Italian American month. She's also an Italian girl, so it's like, oh, it's cool. But anyway, so let's get back to it. So I gotta remember where I left off. We were talking about the money. So anyways, so Joe Biden comes out and he says that there is no more money. Well, basically there's no more funds, that they mapped it out to have all this other stuff. The reason that it can't go up anymore, and they're talking about not go up, is because So anyway, I do remember what we were just talking about. We were talking about the cottons and being exports. So let me get back to that in a minute. So anyway, so there's no money because they spent everything that they had from FEMA on taking care of illegal immigrants that are coming through. So they put them in hotels and whatever they did, housing, food, whatever they needed, they got. So that's why there's no more money in FEMA. So if we get hit next week with another bad hurricane, there's no funds. None. Zero. Zilch. The budget is shot. So it just goes to show you their priorities. Illegals come first, patriots come last. So think about it. It just baffles me. Sometimes I'm at a loss speaking words. So, but let's get back to the shipping containers. So everything is going automated over there. I'm not too sure if you guys are familiar with this. Crane operator, he lifts it off, he puts it on the he brings it off the ship and he puts it on these stacks, and then the dollies move it. Automated dollies move from the stacks to the robots. The robots move it from one point to the other point. But my point is, not everything that we have here in America is manufactured in America. It might be made for America, but it's not manufactured in America. So we actually kind of need to make sure that that's not messed with. Those ports are taken care of and they're developed and they're running properly. So we need this to go and not be destroyed. Now here's a kind of a little bit going in another different direction, because there's so much, like I said, there's so much I had to talk about besides the Trump incident and the port issue and the FEMA issue. Here's a big one for you. Now, I'm not too sure how many people are aware of this, but Bank of America was compromised, and 57,000 people's information was taken. Social Security numbers, date of birth, addresses, bank account numbers, the whole 9 yards. They were really hit hard. And I'm sure you guys, if you're a Bank of America patron, you got notification of it. But this is scary, because this is how cyber wars begin. You know what I mean? If they can find loopholes and ways to get in, they can get in. So, are they afraid that we're going to go dark? I bet you they will. You know, are we going to go dark before the election? That's a strong possibility. But let me tell you something. If this happens, I can guarantee you that this is not happening by a foreign country. This is happening within our own country. Because if they do something like this prior to the election, that means those machines can't tally votes. So that means they have time to screw with the votes. That's going to be the dangerous issue. So pay attention, because if we go dark because of the cyber attack, you're not going to get your welfare checks if you're on welfare. You're not going to get your Social Security checks if you're on Social Security. You're not going to get disability checks. You're probably not even going to get a paycheck. So, let alone the fact if you do have cash, the POSs in the store is going to be up and operational. I mean, this is going to be important, because without this stuff, you can't survive. No food, no water, no drinks, no gas, no nothing. You're done. We're sitting in a barrel with nothing. No communications, no intel, no nothing. So it's really important that we pay attention to it, and don't let this stupid crap that's going on with P. Diddy and Hollywood distract you. Because that's what they want to do. They want to put out all this information or all this other crap that's unnecessary. And hold on one second. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to talk to another manager about something. I'm trying to catch something on one of the televisions, and I wanted to hook it up to my phone. So, anyways, let's get back to it. So, yeah, so we depend on a lot of stuff that comes on those canisters. So when somebody says to you that, yeah, made in America stuff don't come on canisters, yeah, it's true. But don't leave out the whole thing, because there's more to it. Because as much as we import, export, you know what I mean? It's like, it's part of everything. Anyways, it still can hurt the country no matter what. When you have big things like this happen, when stuff gets stuck at the port and it's not moving because there's no one loading them on the trucks to go anywhere. So the trucks are going to sit there and they're not going to move because there's nothing to move. It's there, it's on the port. Now you're talking spoilage if there's food like plants, bananas, whatever. Whoever comes over on it, you know, depending what it is. Or is it parts to make respirators that are made somewhere else because they're cheaper to make? Because if you think about the fact, now I'm going to go back a few years, and we're going to talk about Detroit, and see how Detroit closed down and stuff like that, and the unions and all that other stuff. They were getting, at one point in time, like $75 an hour, from what I understand, to push a button, because everything is automated. And they were bitching that, you know, and I can understand why they're bitching, because you reduce, whenever you go into an automated system, you reduce the amount of work in the workforce. So that's totally understandable. But when they reduce the amount of people in the workforce, they increased their paychecks, because now there was less people to pay. So they get, you know, better money, better benefits. Is that right? No. You know what I mean? It's like, if, you know, 300 people lost their jobs, but 150 people got better benefits and better money. Is it a wash? No. But it is what it is. I mean, you can't change stuff like that. But if we had to buy every little thing that was made in America, we can't afford it. You understand that? We cannot afford it, because we pay such a high rate of employment, money-wise, that the material and the amount of money that we have to pay for the material, the labor costs, and all that stuff, it destroys the profit margin.
I need Brittany's phone number. She didn't put it in her number on application.
Anyway, can you hang on a second? I was interrupted. Hang on a second.
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met.
All right, so anyways, I'm sorry. Today must be interruption day. Usually it's not like this, but anyway, and I'm usually done and gone by now sometimes. But anyway, so let's just face the fact. So when the country goes through a standstill, it's going to go through a standstill. Like, you could say whatever you want to say about these ports, but we're not just talking about the East Coast. It's also the East Coast, West Coast, you know, wherever a boat goes in to deliver, whether it's in the Gulf, Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, California, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Georgia, Florida, anywhere on the eastern seaboard, the west coast, anywhere, it's going to be affected by this. So, and what usually that happens, we end up with stuff like we did before with the gas tankers that was sitting offshore and wouldn't come in, couldn't deliver gas. Only people that get hurt is us, because that's what happens. It gets pushed down the pipeline to the consumer. So, buy American, yes, but don't be, brainwashed into, saying that's like, oh, we don't need to do that because of buying in America. No, sorry. I love this country. Like I said, I love my country. I'll defend my country. I signed a contract to be a soldier. I'll always be a soldier. It doesn't matter. The point of the matter still remains the same. We need things to survive. This government is messing with it, and it's giving us problems. So that's pretty much what covers a few items. I'll be putting this all together for you, and we're gonna go from there. I'll keep you, up to date on stuff. We do have another hurricane forming out, and I'm gonna be keeping an eye on that, see how it's going, where it's coming in from. I'm not a storm chaser, but I will keep you posted on it. Just buy some extra. Don't go overboard. Don't buy 700 rolls of toilet paper, because toilet paper is made in America. And don't buy excessive amounts of water, because believe it or not, you only have so long to drink that water before it goes bad. You can't keep it in a heated spot for years on end. It's no good for it. The plastics in the heat will turn it into a poison. You'll be very, very ill from it. So just keep things normal. Like I said, I think I said this before. I mean, you know how much you go through. You know how much paper products you go through. You know how much water you go through. Buy enough to last you through the storm, and then we'll go from that point. Don't overdo it. Be fair. Be honest. Think about your fellow Americans. Don't get greedy. I'm gonna have to do some research, see what we're gonna talk about next. I will be changing my format when I do get my 50. I'm still working on it. I'm at 43. We're still building. God bless. Thank you. But you gotta hit the like button. You gotta hit the subscribe button if you're watching me. Please don't just like my video and watch my videos and move on. Like it, subscribe to it, help me get to 50 so we can do some more stuff. I got a lot of plans going for this YouTube channel. Help me make it happen. Peace out, love. Peace out, love.